这个故事如果你听起来不累，那么你的听力水平在生活中是完全够用的。要持续提升英文，记得点击订阅按钮。我们开始吧。
Cold wind pushed through the narrow street of a small river town in the early 1800s. Horses stamped the frozen ground. A thin layer of mud covered the road, mixed with straw and ash from old fires. Boats creaked at the dock. The place smelled of wet wood, smoke, and iron tools. A young traveling trader named Caleb walked slowly down that street. His coat was old and the elbows were worn white. A rough canvas sack hung across his back. The bag was heavy enough to pull one shoulder lower than the other. Inside the sack was his small traveling shop. Knives with bone handles. Tin cups that rang when they hit each other. A few buttons made of brass. Needles, thread, flint stones, small mirrors, and folded cloth. Not much by itself, but together it was everything he owned. Travel traders like Caleb moved from town to town. They sold small goods to farmers, hunters, and river workers. People waited for them because stores were rare and far away. Every piece in that sack had a story. One knife came from a blacksmith who traded it for 2 apples and a promise of tobacco. One mirror came from a broken wagon that Caleb helped repair. The brass buttons were bought from a soldier who needed money for bread. By late afternoon the wind grew stronger. Caleb pushed open the door of a crowded tavern. Warm air rushed over him like a blanket. Men sat at long tables with mugs of dark drink. A fire cracked loudly in the corner. Dice rolled across a wooden board. A loud voice called out, "Trader, what do you have in that bag?" Caleb dropped the sack on a table. The sound was heavy and dull. A hunter with a red scarf leaned closer. "Show us." Caleb opened the sack. Tools and small goods spread across the wood. "Knife for 2 coins, Caleb said. The hunter shook his head. "Too high." Another man picked up a tin cup. "How much for this?" "1 coin." "Half." The room filled with quick talk. Bargains went up and down like river waves. Soon a small crowd stood around the table. But something strange happened. People did not want just one thing. Each man wanted 2 or 3 pieces. Someone asked for the knife, the cup, and the flint stone together. Another wanted thread, buttons, and cloth as one price. Caleb rubbed his tired eyes. He had walked 30 miles that week. His boots were cracked. His stomach felt empty again. The bargaining noise grew louder. "How much for the knife and the mirror?" "And the buttons with the cup?" "Add the cloth." Coins clinked on the table. Caleb suddenly laughed. It was not a big laugh. It was the tired laugh of a traveler who had slept too many nights on cold ground. He looked at the pile of goods. Then he said something simple. Take the whole kit and caboodle. The room grew quiet for a short moment. What does that mean? Someone asked. Caleb pushed everything together with both hands. Knives, cups, thread, mirrors, cloth. One messy pile. All of it, he said. Every piece. The whole kit and caboodle. One price. The hunter with the red scarf scratched his beard. How much? Caleb named a number that was fair but quick. The hunter grinned and dropped a stack of coins. Done. The men laughed and helped sweep the pile into a wooden crate. One man asked again, still smiling, Kit and caboodle, huh? Caleb shrugged. A soldier told me that line years ago. And that part of the story reached further back. Years earlier, Caleb had worked near a training field where soldiers camped in long rows of tents. Each soldier carried a small kit. That kit held tools, sewing gear, and personal items. But soldiers also had another messy bundle of extra gear. Blankets, rope, spare boots, cooking tins, letters from home. That bundle had no neat name. Some called it a caboodle, a funny word that meant the whole mixed pile of stuff. When soldiers packed to leave camp, one voice often shouted across the field, "Grab your kit and caboodle. We move at sunrise." Kit meant the small proper set of gear. Caboodle meant the rest of the pile. Together it meant absolutely everything. Caleb liked the sound of it the first time he heard it. Years later, standing in that tavern, the phrase jumped out of his mouth without thought. Take the whole kit and caboodle. The hunter carried the crate out into the dark evening. Caleb watched from the doorway. Snow had started falling, soft and slow. His sack was empty now. For the first time in months, his shoulders felt light. He ordered a bowl of hot stew and a thick slice of bread. The cook placed it in front of him with a nod. Coins sat warm in his pocket. Across the room, two men repeated the strange phrase and laughed. Whole kit and caboodle, one said again. The words spread the way small sayings often travel. One traveler heard it and used it in the next town. A river worker carried it down the water routes. A shop owner used it when selling tools. Little by little, the phrase moved across roads, farms, camps, and cities. Years passed. Stores became bigger. Roads became smoother. But the phrase stayed alive. People used it when they meant everything together. No pieces left out. No small parts forgotten. The whole kit and caboodle. A simple line born from tired soldiers, messy bundles, and one trader who just wanted to sell every last thing in his sack. Strange how words travel. A quick sentence spoken in a noisy room can walk through centuries. Even now the phrase pops up in daily talk. Someone cleaning a garage might say it while pointing at boxes stacked in the corner. Throw out the whole kit and caboodle. A parent packing for a move might laugh and say it while staring at too many bags. Load the whole kit and caboodle in the car. Most people using the line never think about a muddy river town, a tired trader, or soldiers tying ropes around messy gear. But the echo of that moment still lives inside the words. Language carries small footprints from long ago. And in a quiet way, every person listening to this story carries their own kit and caboodle too. Not knives and tin cups, but memories, mistakes, hopes, and plans. Some neat like the small kit, some messy like the caboodle. All of it travels with you. Every step, every choice, every new road. The whole kit and caboodle.
能以非母语者的身份专注学习到现在，这本身就是很棒的进步。真诚感谢你的观看。如果你觉得本期内容实用，点赞或留言让我知道你的想法，这对我持续创作非常重要。我们下期见。